Real quick before the episode itself starts, I'd like to make a correction. In the previous episode, by which I mean the Fluidlang episode, I said that Fluidlang wasn't a good international language, which is true, but as it turns out, that's because Fluidlang isn't supposed to be an international language. My apologies to Andrew the Conlanger. So I will now officially say, all in all, I'd say that I like Fluidlang more than I like Ladan, but not as much as Ifkuil, making it the 4th best art lang reviewed so far. With that out of the way, thank you to the Labyrinth Maker, Nothing Alive, Riley Smith, I call him Gerald, Nature Nerd 1000, Italian Bio Thing, Million Eye Stalker, Andrew Indomenico, Jan Morphemus, Stuart Thomas, and Thomas Foulhaber for requesting this episode. Okama pona tawa sitalan tawa Conlang Critic tawa kulupu sitalan tawa ni onali sona ike e toki sinni onali pona tawa sina. Mian misali a sitalan tawa nila mi looking e toki ni Toki Pona. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm a little biased in favor of this one. It's no secret that Toki Pona is my favorite language. I first said that in the Aoi episode. I've started every episode introducing myself as Jan Misali, and on the Discord server, I've taken every opportunity to tell people that Toki Pona absolutely is worth learning. That's probably why so many of you wanted to know my exact opinion. There were actually more people who wanted this episode than there were people who wanted an episode. What exactly is it about Toki Pona that makes me like it so much? Toki Pona is an engineered language that was created in 2001 by Sonia Lang. Everything about it was designed around the concept of minimalism, from its 14 phonemes to its 120-ish words. This makes it unreasonably easy to learn. Personally, it took me like a week to learn it, and only a couple months later I was confident enough in my abilities to try to start teaching others. Learnability is something that conlangs designed to be used internationally tend to struggle with. The thing is, Toki Pona isn't even primarily designed as an international language, but it absolutely nails this. For that reason, I'll be reviewing Toki Pona as an interlang, not as an artlang. Its consonants are ma, na, pa, ta, ka, sa, wa, la, ya. Is that it? You say. Where's the voice plosives? Where's the fricatives? Where's the rontics? Believe it or not, these are all 9 of Toki Pona's consonants. All of them are clearly distinct from one another, and all of them are extremely common cross-linguistically. The overwhelming majority of natural languages have every single one of these sounds, and every single natural language has the overwhelming majority of these sounds. Toki Pona's vowels are I, U, E, O, A. Ah yes, the 5-vowel system. Now, I've said before that I prefer the 3-vowel system, but the 5-vowel system works fine here. After all, languages that have less than 5 vowels tend to have other features that Toki Pona doesn't have, like length, diphthongs, and/or an absurd number of consonants. Plus, in addition to there being a small number of phonemes, there's also a small number of total syllables, which are shown here. This is a syllable structure called CVN, or consonant vowel nasal. It's in some major languages, like Mandarin and Japanese. On top of that, you can't have consecutive vowels or consecutive nasals. All this together means that Toki Pona's phonology maximizes pronunciability for everyone regardless of their first language. As far as I can tell, there isn't a single natural language with monolingual speakers that has fewer syllables than Toki Pona. The orthography just is the IPA, except that loanwords are capitalized and there's punctuation. So the name of the language is spelled like this and pronounced like this. Well, technically I pronounce it more like this, but as it was mentioned before, Toki Pona's phonology is so small it doesn't even matter how you pronounce its words. Anyway, due to its minimal phonology, Toki Pona can be written with literally any writing system, though some adaptation is needed for writing it with abjads. Still, it can be easily written with Cyrillic, the Greek alphabet, Hiragana, Devanagari, Hangul, Canadian Aboriginal syllabics, Cherokee, you name it. There also have been several original writing systems for Toki Pona that have been made by the Toki Pona community, one of which is included in Toki Pona the Language of Good, along with a logography made by Sonia Lang herself. Toki Pona's grammar appears to be missing a few things at first glance. Instead of saying, fruit tastes better than bugs, you say, fruit tastes good and bugs taste bad. Actually, you say that as 2 separate sentences. Fruit tastes good, bugs taste bad. Actually, there isn't really a word for taste, so you need to rephrase it as fruit is good food, bugs are bad food. Actually, you can't express plurals without saying something like fruit is good food, many bug is bad food. You might think that this is really inconvenient, but this sort of workaround helps minimize the amount of grammar you need to learn. As it stands, Toki Pona can be described in full on a single sheet of paper with the vocabulary on one side and the grammar and phonology on the other side, an accomplishment that many other supposedly easy conlangs could only dream of. The vocabulary is the main thing thing people usually bring up when they talk about Toki Pona. Toki Pona has between 120 and 125 words, depending on who you ask. This means that you could easily memorize the entire thing in 1 month, and if you try hard enough, you could memorize the entire thing over a single weekend. And unlike the other languages with absurdly tiny vocabularies we've seen on this show, the way you combine words in Toki Pona actually makes sense. Remember one quantity above life towards from the Aoi episode? The Toki Pona word for banana is kili palisa, or stick-shaped fruit. Remember good foam food from the Igade episode? The Toki Pona word for pie is pansui, or sweet grain. A friend is yan pona, a good person. And alcohol is telonasa, a weird liquid. The only problem I have with the vocabulary is the number system, which is next to non-existent, but that can be justified by saying that specifying exact amounts of things isn't important most of the time. The idea of a distinction being unimportant is the source of pretty much all of Toki Pona's apparent lexical gaps. Good and simple are the same word, because why are you speaking Toki Pona if you don't think simplicity makes things good? Want and need are the same word, because why would you ever want something that you don't also need? All in all, I'd say that I like Toki Pona more than I like Lojban, making it the best interlang reviewed so far. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, where I'll be reviewing